All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back. We're flying planes because we need a whole lot of S ranks. Like a whole lot of S ranks for Ace Combat 0. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how many. I mean, it was like 200-ish. It's a lot, actually. We need a lot. Welcome back to the 0 grind. Another day. More S ranks. It is what it is. 0 is... We're getting close to 0 having taken more time than Silent Line. Officially. After this stream, it will have officially taken more time. It hasn't quite yet, but by the end of this stream, it will have. Which is great. Because we all know how much I loved the Silent Line 100%, right? We all know how great that was. Another day in a war 15 years ago. This war doesn't end. They forgot to mention the without end part. The whole, it's nonstop. There's no conclusion. It just keeps going, just more free mission. It's like free mission after free mission. Oh, I got 11 of the normal ranks done last time? Okay. Okay, that's not that bad. That's more than I would have thought I got done. Can I buy anything new? To make it more exciting, even if it's like a special weapon. If I'm missing any of those, I'll take it. Will never end. Just let me play Ace Combat X, please. Oops, I wanted to check. Aha. We are missing, oh, of course, the Lag M. The Lag M. That's officially what it's called. And then how much would a new plane be? They're all over, oh my god. Okay, yeah, they're all a good bit over 100k. This one's like right there, and that's the cheapest of the bunch. Okay. We got our work cut out for us. We should have bought stocks in Belkan Witchcraft before the start of the S rank playthrough. We should have. We should have bought stocks in Belka's... In Belka. Is that how that works? You can buy stocks of a whole country, right? Obviously, yes, that's how that works. What games in each series you're 100%ing do you think will be the hardest? Hardest or most painful? There's a difference. Ace Combat, I think the hardest will probably... People are saying X will be. I feel like 7 will be close. Not 100%. I think 7 has some pretty rough requirements. Hardest, not painful. That's kind of difficult to answer. As far as Armored Core, we're Verdict Day might be a pain, but we're probably past it. Hold on, I'm gonna need to reset my OBS real quick. Hold on. Darth Kenpachi, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Oh, you're gonna say hello to the void. Say hello to it for me. Hello. Oh, that doesn't look super smooth, does it? Oh, maybe. It actually does look better. not 100% on it. No, it's not totally smooth. The moving camera is the dead giveaway. Okay, hold on. It needs one more. Give it one more reboot. I'll be right back. That looks pretty good. Maybe. I can't tell. I honestly can't. It might just be one of those things where I have to see like in game. I was so distracted by this, I don't know what I'm gonna need. Shit, hold on. Do I need air to grounds or air to airs? Air to airs it is. There's nothing on the map. I'll just take a guess. I don't want to sit through the whole briefing again. Oh yeah, this is the nuke. Okay. Yeah. Air to air was the right call. Yeah, I don't know. I think Verdict Day for Armored Core. If not, Last Raven was probably already the hardest, although that wasn't really that bad. It's still not totally smooth, is it? No, it's not. God damn it, OBS. Hold on. Hold the line, chat. It'll become smooth one of these reboots. Let's see. It's not fine. My shit's not working. That's what it's supposed to look like. That's good. That's good.
What's the problem? You're behind. Don't worry, I'll catch up.
That's what it's supposed to look like. This is why you should enter the patch. What patch codes? What are you talking about, patch codes?
Emergency transmission from Allied HQ.
Belkan bomber squadron equipped with nuclear Yeah, Ace Combat. People say X is hard. Could be. But in terms of like the medals and everything, I think 7 could be the worst. Just because of some of the challenges and stuff. Like there's, you know, speed runs and gun only runs, and I think someone said that, what was it, 6 also has a gun only run?
We can't let them use those nukes.
But I think 6 will be way easier. I feel like 6 is easier for sure than 7. At least from memory.
5 miles remaining. 4 miles remaining.
Oh, you're way up there.
I see them. Enemy fighters with nukes.
That's not gonna hit anything. I take it back. I meant to do that. I knew it was gonna work too. That's why I shot it. I'm trying to think. Metal Gear, honestly, MGS 2 is probably gonna be the hardest for Metal Gear, which we just started doing like the casual run of, just to like get through the game and get some stuff done, like get some of the achievements cleared. Ow, thank God we're on normal. But I think MGS 2 will be the worst for Metal Gear, to be honest. And Resident Evil, I don't know. It's kind of a crapshoot. There's so many Resident Evil games, and I haven't even played half of them because like the spin-offs and everything, right? So I don't know, like maybe the light gun shooters on max difficulty are actually really fucking hard or something, and I have no idea. Resident Evil is a total crapshoot at this point. I have no clue. We're going for the yellows this time. Boosh boosh. UI reminds me of the 3DS game. All the Ace Combat UI looks pretty similar, like for the most part. Some of them look pretty different, but most of them look a lot alike. They kind of just, you know, nailed down what worked and never really changed it, which, fair enough. If it works, it works. No reason to change it if it's already there. Man, I'm a little slower than these 31s, eh? Has been pretty much the same since 2, excluding 3. Yeah, like 3's different. Air combat's pretty different. That's about it. The amount of content just in raid mode is insane. Bro, I don't even, like, Revelations 2 is kind of an unknown for me, because I've played it, but, like, I played, like, 3 hours of it back when it first came out. Which was what, like 20, I want to say 20, was it 16 or 17-ish? Something like that for Revelations 2. It was before RE7, which I believe was late 2017, if I'm not mistaken. The whole episodic thing didn't help with me not being super interested in Revelations 2. Because pretty much what I played was like the first episode. Because they did the like fucking Telltale thing that was popular at the time, where they had the whole game made already, but they were releasing like the game in small chunks once every couple weeks instead of just releasing it. So legit, when I played it, there were like 2 or 3 hours of game in there, and then it was like, okay, yeah, come back in like 2 weeks. And I don't think I ever went back. I may have played chapter 2. I don't recall playing chapter 2 though. I don't think I ever went back. I didn't love the first chapter anyway. Was it RE8 that had the hilarious Lady D memes? Yes. It's 8 that has Big Booba Lady. Was Chris in it? If there's no Chris, not interested. In Revelations 2, no. There's no Chris in Revelations 2. Why is my... Oh, there we go. One of my engines was flickering. I think Chris is probably... Sorry, hiccup. Like the most recurring Resident Evil character at this point. I think Chris makes an appearance in the most games out of anyone. So for Jess's sake, at least there's that for the whole Resident Evil series. Trying to think. I mean, just in the numbered games, he's in 1. And then he's not in any of them for a while, until 5. And then he's in 5, 6, 7, 8, all of them. He's in Revelations 1. He's in a bunch of spin-offs too, but I couldn't even sit here and name all of them. Shantae game? For stream? Maybe? I don't really know. Not 7, you liar. Okay, there's like a Chris imposter in 7. There's someone who looks a lot like Chris. We can't really... Well, he doesn't look a lot like Chris. He looks vaguely like Chris, and we can't really confirm if he is or is not Chris, but he says that he is. That's the ground. I was flying way lower than I thought I was. Where? There they are. Thank you, Lock On. Muscle memory kicked in. Why did he not turn faster? Let me get this ace kill. I need this S rank, please. Needing to rerun missions would be a travesty with how many we have to go through. So please just let me get all my points and leave. That should, yeah. Faker has been destroyed. I checked this morning to see if it was gone. And it already was. I was surprised it was already gone. Tom messaged me last night with a very interesting message. He was like, Cole, I have a situation. I'm like, what? He's like, so this Spanish guy took my video, like my entire video, just translated it into Spanish and then uploaded it on their channel and is claiming it as their own. And I asked him to link it to me, and sure as shit, like, it's the same thumbnail just with Spanish text instead of English. It's all of Tom's footage, like exactly, all the edits exactly, the same script just in Spanish. And I'm like, yeah, I smell a copyright takedown, Tom. I smell it. I had to check with fair use on YouTube policy with like translating videos, and they were like, you can if it's like in association, but otherwise you are not allowed to just translate someone else's video into another language and re-upload it. And I was like, oh, all right. Takedown time. Check the other difficulties and see how many S ranks you have left on them. Hold on, you think I got one on this?
But multiple nuclear detonations have been verified within the Belkan border. It is also unclear whether or
I
not
did. Of course I did. What do you mean? Of course I did. Hello, Sticky. But yeah, honestly, I've only ever had to file like 3 takedowns, Tom, in my entire time on YouTube. I've always done the 7-day one that I told you to do. For full transparency, for anyone who doesn't know how this shit works, one way that you can file a takedown is you can send them a notice through the YouTube system and have it be like, hey, you have 7 days from now to take it down. And if you don't, then YouTube is going to take it down themselves and you'll just get a strike for it. That's the one that I've always opted for when people have re-uploaded my videos. But I've never had anyone take them down. They always like let the whole 7 days run out and then eat the strike. And I don't know why they do that. I've always been like, why would you? Like, I'm giving you a week notice, and the channels are always active too. Like, they're always uploading stuff throughout the week. So I'm like, it's not like you don't see it. Why are you not? I can't understand why people just eat a strike like that. Because I try to give them the notice to just be like, I don't need them to get the strike. I just don't want people to be re-uploading my videos and claiming them as theirs. That's all. So as long as they take it down, I'm happy. But they'll just eat a copyright strike, which is crazy because like you get 3 strikes on YouTube and your channel gets permabanned. So like, I don't know why you would just eat a strike. That's why I try to give them the warning. Is because if you get 3 strikes, your channel gets yeeted. It's gone forever. They won't reinstate it.
The Higher Lark base, located in Ocean territory, has been arranged for your refueling.
When it's so blatant and repeated, it's fair. But yeah, people have re-uploaded my videos. I've talked about it before, not much. Well, I mean, I've not talked about it much. It doesn't happen much. It happens an annoying amount, to be honest. Because it'll just be like whole video, straight up the title, the description, everything. It's less transformative than even like what Tom had, where the guy translated it to another language. Like, my shit just gets straight re-uploaded. Like, it's just my voice. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm always like, what? It's crazy to me. I once again did not pay attention, so we're just gonna go with air to air and pray. Do they ever get 3 times the views you do though? No. No, I've never seen that, because the guy that re-uploaded Tom's video did get like 10k more views than his video did. But that's because it's Spanish, right? Like, English content on YouTube is so saturated. So, I mean, there's definitely a market for just taking good English videos and translating them. But, like, why not just work with the channel if that's what you want to do? I've had people email me before about stuff like that. Like, to my business email that's on my channel page. I've gotten emails before that are like, hey, would you want to pay me to translate your videos and run like a, I'm trying to remember, an Indian Chole channel? One of them was Indian. It was like, I can translate your videos into Indian and just have like a whole second channel for you that you work with me on. And it's just your videos, but in Indian. And I'm like, that's a cool idea, but that sounds like it would take a lot of, what's it? A lot of time away from just making videos normally to have to like manage all that. Everyone that enjoyed his video actually enjoyed my video. True, true. It's named something else. I don't remember. Hindi, thank you. I was trying to remember. I just remembered the guy was Indian, so I'm sitting here trying to think of it. It was Hindi. Colossal and growing market. Yeah, it's too much effort away from actually making videos. I run a tight schedule. Doing one of these a week is a lot. Oh yeah, only 1 missile per tank. I was sitting there kind of like waiting for the second missile to come off cooldown. We only need 1. Wouldn't work on Indian audience? Why is that? I have a lot of viewership from India on the channel already. I couldn't tell you how much, but I know it's up there. Looks at the end of the Metal Gear. Look, that was a whole different... Those videos got way too big. Not helped by the games being so long. Like, you know, extreme example for it, the 5-week MGS5 project, right? Where legitimately, the first week and a half of that was me playing Metal Gear Solid 5 for like 10 plus hours a day. For legitimately like almost 2 weeks straight. The game took me like 85 hours to get through. And even last week with the COVID, members and patrons and stuff know this, but the, what's it called? The RE2 video didn't get finished until like Sunday morning, so like a day before it got published. And it's because A, I had COVID, but B, there's 4 playthroughs of Resident Evil 2 to like get the full story. So to have the footage for all the story content and everything, I had to do 4 runs of it. Which it turned that into like a 24-hour playthrough, roughly. It was a little less than that. It was like 20-ish. I had averaged it at like 6 hours a run, but I ended up going a little faster because thank God I'm familiar with the game and didn't die much at all. Doesn't get the growler joke. I mean, I get it. It's not a term we typically use. You mentioned Claire A is canon. I always did Leon A. Leon A is not canon. I mean, it's kind of weird. So the thing with Leon and Claire A, and I didn't really, like, it was something that I was going to say, but it's one of those things that's just, to properly explain it was kind of a lot, so I didn't. The canonicity is kind of odd with RE2 original, because the remake just did its own thing, but the original version is kind of weird. There are like a couple things from Leon A that are canon, but only like 2 things, and the majority of what's canon is Claire A, Leon B. But there are a couple events from Leon A that were treated as canon like down the line, which made things more than confusing until the remake came along and kind of just did like one story scenario per character that streamlined it down to like combine everything. But like Ada falling into the pit, that's canon. Her like getting shot and falling down, that specifically is canon. The tyrant killing her is not canon. Weird shit like that, where there's a couple like little things from Leon A that are, but the majority of it isn't. It's a lot to get into. So I just stuck with Claire A is canon. If you're gonna play it for the first time, you just want to do like the quote unquote right way, that's the way. I just left it at that. Hello, Sepper. I never remember any contradictions with later lore. The biggest thing from RE2, like with Claire A, that is like important is Sherry getting infected by Belkan, which doesn't happen in Leon A, Claire B. But then in RE6 of all games, they get into it, like they talk a lot about Sherry having been infected and like the long-lasting effects of that.
Begin landing checks. You're cleared to land.
Ada being a BOW messed me up. RE6 was a weird game. RE6 is a weird game. What's wrong with Spain? Don't listen to him. He's Danish. Or something. I don't know. RE6 upset me a lot. It upset me a lot when it came out too. I'm chill with RE6 now. Don't bring this back. What? Don't bring what back? In all seriousness, Sepper is not Danish. It's just a really old bit where I would always say he was. B tier? B tier's pretty solid. That's like about where we're at. Probably. I don't know. Country tier list would be impossible to make. You can't, like, if you put any country below B, you're gonna stir up so much shit. That would be an impossible tier list. Oh, B minus. I thought it was just a hyphen. specifically B minus. Oh, I'm looking at the screen, don't worry. Oh my god, chat, I have a YouTube comment of the day that I'm gonna have to go find. It's not like super crazy, but it's just one that confused me. Like, it might be a reference to something, I don't know. It confused me. It's either like the comment makes no sense, or, and this is me giving them credit, like benefit of the doubt, it could be a reference to something and I'm just not familiar with it. So hold on, after this I'm gonna have to pull out. I made myself think of the guy who came into chat once and was like, can you please shut the fuck up and just focus on playing the game? Jesus Christ. That made me think of YouTube comment of the day. Only S tier country is probably one of the Nordics. I don't know. You might be right. I see, maybe. Because I was trying to think of like where I've been. I feel like every country I've traveled to, I've been like, oh yeah, this is S tier. But then I kind of remember like smaller things about it, and I'm like, okay, maybe not. Like I was gonna say the Dominican Republic is S tier, but then I remembered that like the none of the women who we were traveling with were allowed to like be separate from the group at any time during the trip, because the sexual assault and like kidnapping and all that is so prevalent there that like every travel guide is like, yes, women cannot be alone. Like women need to be with men here or they're gonna get trafficked. It's just gonna happen. So I was gonna say it was S tier, but then I remembered that part of the trip. So maybe not. It's just stuff like that I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to say S tier, but like you can have an S tier experience in a D tier country. Yeah, I think I just had like S tier experiences in like B tier, A tier. I really liked my time in Greece too. I went to Greece for a week and that was great. Greece was pretty sweet. But I'm also a mythology nerd, and so of course, you know, I went to like see the mythology things in Greece. Like I went to Delphi and all that. So that probably elevates it. I went to Olympia too. Olympia was great. A lot of time spent on buses during my time in Greece. Did you read Percy Jackson? I never liked Percy Jackson. I thought it was lame. Weirdly enough, because I am a big mythology nerd, but I never liked Percy Jackson. C for Canada? No. I mean, if I did just say that we're probably B tier, so if we're B tier, then Canada is just like whatever's right below us. It's true. Sorry, Canadian friends. Some of my best friends are Canadian. Some of my best friends, aside from the joke, genuinely some of my best friends are Canadian. Okay, hold on. Where was this? Comment of the day. It was on the RE1 video. Okay, I found it. As always, comment of the day. I'm going to give you this one word for word. I was into this video until he said I was a hypothetical viewer. Joke's on you, buddy. I like women. Upside down smiley face emoji. Is that a reference? Is this a reference to something that I'm not getting? Because if you haven't seen it, in the video, I ask like a hypothetical question that a viewer would ask. And then I say like, well, hypothetical viewer. And he's mentioning that. He's like, I liked this video until he called me a hypothetical viewer.
We've received a report the remaining Belkan
Joke's on you, I like
troops
women.
northeast coast of Anfang.
That doesn't even make sense. I was just sitting there, I'm like, what does this mean? It has to be like a reference, right? But if no one in chat knows it either,
And are adamantly resisting.
I don't
In
know.
light of the current political situation, this mission
I don't know.
is a secret operation carried out entirely by mercenaries.
I'd give Yankee Land an S
The mission will
tier.
be called Operation Blue.
I'll take it.
Will be divided into 3 separate areas.
US is S tier in a lot of ways, F tier in many. I actually like the US. I would never live there though. Yeah.
The Mercury strike.
I feel like that with pretty much everywhere I've ever visited. I'm like, yeah, I love it there. I would never live there, but I love it there. Beats me. What question did you ask? I'm gonna have to open the script. I don't remember. Hold on. It was near the beginning. Oh, it was what's the basic story setup for the game? I said, but Chole, what's the basic story setup? And that's also where I learned that apparently a lot of people just thought my my YouTube name was pronounced Cole. Like, I've always gotten the Chloe comments, so I always thought that, like, the majority of people just misread my name as Chloe, always. But, when I said Chole out loud in the RE1 video, I got so many comments from people who are like, bro, for, like, the last year, I thought your channel name was pronounced Cole. Like, it was just Cole with a silent H in there or something. And I was taken aback by the amount of people that thought that. Japan is probably lower tier for foreigners. I feel like Japan kind of equals out, weirdly. Because I feel like Japan is one of those where, like, foreigners are, like, enamored with Japan. Because of, like, the culture and everything. But if you grow up in that culture, you probably don't appreciate it the same way. Like, just how unique it is to the rest of the world, right? So I feel like we still elevate it anyway, even with all of like the weirdness around foreigners. Living or visiting. Yeah, Japan is especially one that I'm like, I really want to visit Japan. But I really don't want to live in Japan. Like, a lot of people talk about how their dream is, like, to live in Japan someday, and I'm like, man, I think Japan is dope. Like, I find their culture fascinating. They're obviously, like, a huge pillar of the games industry. Like, I think Japan is awesome. I would not want to live there. And a lot of that is just because of, like, the stuff with, I guess you could say the foreigner experience in Japan. Like, especially with trying to find somewhere to live. It sounds like such a pain as a foreigner. Because if you don't know, something that's incredibly common in Japan is, like, if you're looking for, like, a place to rent or, like, a house to buy or whatever, a ton of, like, properties and stuff there are just not available to foreigners. Like, you just have to be born in Japan to even have access to some of that stuff. So, like, even the options for where you could live, regardless of, like, what your budget is or anything, is pretty limited as a foreigner.
Nevertheless, the Great War that enveloped the eastern countries and cost the lives of so many...
He experienced a lot of racism. One of the funniest videos, this is like... I wouldn't necessarily say that this is racism or anything. I just thought this video was very funny. I saw a YouTube short recently of a guy, I can't remember what city he was walking around, but he was walking around a city at night, and he was like, this is the experience of being a white guy walking around, I can't remember, this city at night. And he's constantly walking by random women who keep, like, kind of... like ambushing him off like the side of the street or whatever to try to like get him to go home with them. just everywhere. It's a compilation of like 6 or 7 of them who are just like kind of hanging out on the side of the street, but they notice him walking by and they like jump up. And it was just wild. I was like, bro, that would be great for like a week if you were to move there. I think the guy lived there. That would be great for like a week. And then it would just be the experience of trying to walk anywhere at night. Yeah, it's a lot of it with Japan is I pulled it up on stream like a couple weeks ago because I wasn't sure when I was talking about something similar. Like, yeah, when your nation is like, even nowadays, Japan is, I believe, 97.5% ethnically Japanese. Like, there's just so little diversity that it's kind of bound to happen, right? And to be fair, there are plenty of news stories out of Japan, especially in recent years, of foreigners just like showing up and being an absolute nuisance. Like, there's more than plenty of that. So to some extent, it is also like a few bad apples sort of thing, you know? Yeah, I think Japan is dope, but I don't think I could ever live there. I think it's one of those countries for me. This helicopter's not getting away. I need all these points. You play English or translation? We played the translated version. We played the Load World Team translation, the newer one. The more thorough one.
Enemy ground forces have been defeated. All ground threats are gone. The Belkan remnant forces have been completely eliminated. Well done, Galm Team.
Police would arrest the foreigner, and they can hold you for like a year. Yeah, I've heard about that. That's just like a general thing there. You can get held without charge for a long time. Like a really, really long time compared to most places.
This war's not over yet.
I think that's just a general thing. I don't think it's specific to foreigners, but again, like 97.5%. Some of that, like, just kind of, I don't even know how to word it.
Thanks to your help, the operation was a success.
Like, there's always going to be some of that inevitable,
We're still investigating why
like,
so many
bias
forces were converged,
in a country
but have
that's
succeeded in cutting off the remaining resistance forces from the rest of the Belkan army.
so not ethnically diverse. Man, that's a terrible way of wording that sentence, but you get what I'm saying. I'd give it a crack if I ever got the money to do it. I don't know if I would. I feel like it's an amazing place to go and visit for like a week or two. Like, do an extended visit. But I don't know if I'd want to live there.
The top officers in the Belkan army have pulled a coup d'etat.
I have a friend who travels to Japan like once a year or so for work. And I feel like that would be like perfect. Like, go for a week or two a year. Like, through your employer, they manage like where you're going to be staying and everything for you, so you don't have to go through all that hassle. That would be like ideal. That would be all the benefits, none of the downside. Well, as few of the downsides as possible. After this, I might be able to buy a new plane. I'm gonna run the special again. I like this one. Yeah, definitely. Handing someone money to pay for something is the height of rude. I've heard about that. I also Bro, so much of what I've been learning recently in studying Japanese has been like very informal Japanese. Now that I'm kind of getting out of the super beginner level stuff for like conversations and everything. And that shit would freak me out so much because like I'm learning how to put together pretty solid sentences, but a lot of what I'm saying would be considered rude if you're not like familiar with the person beforehand. So if I were actually having a conversation with a native speaker, that would freak me out a little bit.
It can even be the Galm Team. Send them up.
Pretty much give you a place to live and pay really well. What's it? Another friend of mine does want to do like one of those programs in Japan, like the teaching programs where you kind of get set up with a place to live and you get paid to just go and live there for a while. Teach English classes. I don't feel like I could do that. I don't feel like I could do that. But it's also China. It's true. I have heard that being an English teacher over there is a pretty sweet deal. It's not the first time I've heard that. But if I was gonna do something like that, I'd probably do Japan. What was it? I saw a video, like kind of just touring the place that one English teacher got set up with in Japan for doing that program. And he actually, because you don't really get to choose where you go, but he got put in Okinawa, which is off the main coast. It's one of the islands. It's super tropical paradise kind of island, and it was actually, it looked amazing. As like somewhere that you'd live for a short time, like you're not there permanently. It looked like something out of like a travel brochure. His apartment was just like okay. His apartment wasn't amazing, but it was pretty solid for a place to live, and like the actual area he lived in was fucking beautiful. Can I teach English well? Well, have you heard me speak it? Probably not. I wouldn't even know where to start with teaching English. I've spoken it for 20 some years. So like, I wouldn't even know how to like begin teaching it to someone who has no understanding of it, right? Or maybe even like a basic, like say they've done a year of it. Native English speakers don't understand me a lot of the time. Oh god. It's like a... What was it? Someone in chat recently, who also studies Japanese, he and I were talking about like immersion stuff, and he's like, yeah, I've been watching Japanese VTubers for my immersion, and it's pretty good actually. And I was like, oh yeah, I was making conversation about it. And then he was like, yeah, some of them are really easy to understand, some of them are impossible, and apparently like not even a lot of native Japanese speakers understand them, so it makes me feel better about that. I'm like, Jesus, that's probably what it would be like if you tried to do immersion through my shit. It would just be like, it's okay, a lot of English people don't know what he's saying anyway. English speakers don't know what he's saying anyway. I mean, English people do fall under that banner, I guess. Not incorrect. He's deep in the rabbit hole. Oh god. Made me realize that I should try to find like some Japanese YouTubers or something within niches that I would watch for immersion stuff. It would probably be a good play. Basically get paid to have casual conversation. Yeah, I've done the opposite end of that when studying like German. I did that with German. where I would just do like video calls with native German speakers. Like once I was pretty far along, just to get practice like actually speaking it. That stuff is super helpful when you're studying language. Those sort of services really go a long way. Oh God. I don't even want to think about doing that with Japanese at this point. My conversational Japanese is really bad still. Like weirdly bad. I feel like at this point it shouldn't be so bad, but then I remember that it's like one of the hardest languages to go from English to. But I'm like, man, I feel like I should be able to speak this language way better than I can at this point. Like 8 months in, I feel like I should be way further along. Oh my God, there's more aces on this mission. Oh. Yeah. God damn it, both of them. I thought maybe that would work. I thought it was a cute idea. I should have time, right? Oh my God, is there another one? Fuck it, we probably don't need that many points. It's a great Japanese channel in English. No, what I need is just like actual pure Japanese, like content that's made for native Japanese speakers is like what I need for immersion. I was, what's it? I saw like a breakdown on how effective Japanese immersion through video games can be, because there's just so many Japanese video games with a lot of like dialogue and text because of how big the industry is over there. And I was thinking about that, but then I was like, oh wait, I don't really game outside of like stuff for YouTube all that much anymore. And when I do, it's like, you know, I just play Tekken. Like, that's it. Oh God. Nice explosion effect. Yeah, I got time. Fuck, machine guns. Okay, you only need one for those, for the weapons. 3 hours a day on YouTube is still a lot. Yeah, it is still a lot, which is why I don't do it much off stream. Well, it's also just, to be fair, I could game all day. Like I have the, what's it? The endurance for it, I guess. I'm trying to think of a better word, but that's what I'm getting. It's more just like I need to spend a lot of time like editing and writing and etc. to keep the videos on schedule. But I'm legitimately like, I can play games for like 10 hours a day and be fine. Like when I'm recording for videos, I do play like 10 hours a day just to blast through games really fast so that I can start writing and recording and editing and everything. Like I said, the MGS5 video, I was playing like 10 hours a day for like almost 2 weeks straight just to get through MGS5 because that game is so big. He has auto-generated subtitles. I would need no subtitles. Like, immersion is legit no English for immersion. I know we missed an ace. I don't think we'll need it. We just need the S rank at this point. I swear to God, if I have to redo it because I didn't shoot one ace.
Thanks to you, the XBO is...
Oh my God, it was an A? Okay, you do have to kill all the aces and everything. Great. I'm so glad. Oh, on Andre. I never know with that name. Andrea. I've heard it so many different ways over the years. Thank you for the sub, though. Went off. No, Jusuf is saying we already have all the aces because, oh wait, this one is time-based? I probably should just be looking. Like, in all honesty, I should be. It is time-based. That's why. You're right. Hello, Fuson. But yeah, we already got all the aces, like, collected. For the, what's it called? Someone help me out. The combat record. No. What is it called? Is it combat record? Is that actually right?
Galm 1, Galm 2, commence the attack on XBO. XBO must be destroyed. It's the only way to prevent a world with no boundaries.
Now that I know, we just have to assault records. Thank you.
Wait, we're engaging friendly aircraft. These are 7...
My brain was in like, I think combat record is like fucking Call of Duty. There's something called the combat record. Speaking of, everyone knows by now that yes, I did pre-order Black Ops 6 already because I'm the COD shill in these parts. And guess what, chat? Beta went up like an hour before stream, so I was like, you know, I can take a break and take a little peek at Black Ops 6 multiplayer. Even though I don't think I'm gonna like it very much, I'll take a peek at it. I'll test it out, see what I think, you know? The servers were fucking busted. Beta started literally like an hour before stream, so I was gonna try to get like a couple matches in. No. The servers were busted and everyone was like infinite queuing. Like you just couldn't get into a game. You could get into the menus, but you'd never find a match. They've probably fixed it by now. It's been a couple hours. But I was kind of pissed. I mean, what did I expect? It's a COD launch. Even if it is just a beta, this shit always happens. I've heard mouse and keyboard is kind of sucking for some reason. Really? I haven't heard anything about it. I just know I was gonna try to get in, play a little bit, but the matchmaking was broken at the time that the beta went up. So, you know, I just had to be productive and like edit for another hour instead. Woe is me. Oh shit. We're so good on time, by the way. We still have like 3 minutes. Oops, those are not gonna hit a thing. Why can I not go and hit the cockpit yet? Does a squadron have to be destroyed or something? Oh, yeah, you do. Okay. You look like the man who sold the... I look like Venom Snake
Around the XBO cockpit. That should mess up his steering.
or David Bowie.
The
Or...
XBO has been stripped of all defenses. Take her out, Galm Team. The XBO's taking a death blow.
Any COD games do VR? Not officially, no.
Nice work, Galm Team. Operation complete. Our death is not the end of everything. The rest is up to you.
I wonder if the Black Ops 6 beta is still bugged. Tom said he was gonna go play it. I wonder if he got in. He probably did. Is it still trending on Twitter? Yes. It looks like people are getting matches now. Yeah, people are getting matches now.
Shot down. However,
I'll have to check it out at some point, like tonight or tomorrow morning.
the squadron that you engaged consisted of
I don't pre-order for the beta. Again, I didn't even expect to really like the multiplayer this year. It's just, I mean, if I get access to the early beta because I already pre-ordered, I'm not gonna not at least try it out early, see what I think, form an opinion. But from all the multiplayer stuff they've showed this year, I don't think I'm gonna like it. Especially the new movement stuff. The new movement stuff looks so fun for zombies and all that, but I think it's gonna make multiplayer so unbelievably sweaty and unfun.
belong to the major rebel organization, a world with no boundaries. This highly organized
So I'm not expecting to enjoy COD this, or the multiplayer. I'm expecting to love the zombies from what I've seen, but not the multiplayer.
They are believed to possess a massive arsenal of weapons.
Maybe the Warzone, probably not. They apparently said they're gonna have Warzone mastery camos this year, if I heard right.
From the Belkan army.
I honestly kind of hope they don't, because I'm such a mastery camo grinder on Call of Duty.
Unfortunately,
If they do, I'm gonna feel compelled to play Warzone, and I don't want to.
beneath the dam's waters. Proceed immediately to
Look at your
Alpha,
ranks.
destroy the V2 weapon.
Yeah, I'll look at it. You gotta remind me between missions.
Malay air base to Mud.
I could probably buy a new plane now, too.
Fierce resistance from the crew forces of both V7R and Mud. Remember to be prepared for attacks from land, air,
We
or
fly
air
this one for one
situations
more.
in which aircraft to pilot. This mission will succeed upon the destruction of the V2 of the target.
I got normal maps and specular maps working on Bloodborne, but can you play the game front to back?
One piece. Anything else is unacceptable.
Don't know what the fuck it means, but it's progress. Yeah, most people. It is progress. Specular maps is progress. I think they already had normal maps working, unless I'm mistaken. How long until stream ends? Like another 2 hours. Where Venom crawls like a snake and eats Ocelot's burger? Is it based on the Burger King advertisement that had Snake Eater theme?
Your final sortie.
I'm assuming it is. It sounds like it is.
Launch preparations complete.
Yes, it is. It is. I'm looking at it now. It is. It's based on the old Burger King commercial with the Snake Eater theme in it. Which was also called Eat Like Snake. Which I didn't know that, but now I know that. Someone just animated it to be to be Venom and Ocelot. Is it a remake or a remaster?
It's an awful place.
What was the term? Bro, I've heard it like twice this year. People have kind of coined a new term. I think they're calling it like a remakester or something like that. For things like Dead Space or the new Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster and MGS Delta. Like that stuff that's like 95% the exact same,
There's no time
but with some improvements that make a big difference. There's some new term that people have been using, and I kind of like it. Because up to this point, with like Dead Space and stuff, I've been like, it's kind of weird to even say, because it's just in a weird middle ground. But there's some new thing that people have been calling it. The camo switching, dude. I saw the camo switching and like crouch walking and everything. MGS Delta is going to be like MGS 3, but actually good. That's a bad joke. And I'm back on Metal Gear Reddit. They're pissed again. I've already done it. I can't take it back now. I can't take it back.
Come on, Ocean aircraft. Can't you read your IFF? We're allies, not enemies. Whatever their reasons, some pilots from OCI have...
Bro, and they're gonna have the classic camera angles toggleable, and
Hurry up and shoot them all down.
there are so many people like in my video comments that are like, I will never touch Delta because of what Konami did to Kojima. And I'm like, man, you're just missing out, because at this point, like if you're an MGS3 fan, this is just gonna be MGS3 but better. That's all this is gonna be. Like the more that they talk about it, the more that I realize that that's legitimately all it's gonna be. Was that 5? Was that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4? That was 4. 4 missiles right there. I thought it was gonna be 1. I thought that was 1 missile coming up behind me. What the fuck was that?
Pass through B7R. Was the fastest shortcut.
Didn't MGS3 have online PvP? It did. It had the original MGO. I could care less about that. I wasn't gonna play it if it was there. To be honest with you. Dead Space kind of feels like RE in space. Well, if you listen to any of like Glenn Schofield, who's the director of Dead Space 1, talking about what they were going for with that game, it pretty much was Glenn played Resident Evil 4 and was amazed by it. He thought it was revolutionary. And he wanted to make a game that was like Resident Evil 4, but he wanted to put his own spin on it, and he made Dead Space. So like from the outset, they were just kind of trying to make their own kind of twist on Resident Evil 4. Like that was genuinely the intent of the project.
These aren't friendly craft. They're coup d'etat forces. Come on, Ocean aircraft. Can't you read your IFF? We're allies, not enemies. Whatever their reasons, some pilots from OCI have joined the coup.
Come on.
You don't have
Come here, sorcerer.
Hurry up and shoot them all down.
Oh, I could have shot 2 and taken him out. God damn it. I thought it was gonna miss.
There's no meeting in the round table anymore. What do you
Arr.
want? The battle to realign the borders is moved to the meeting boardroom.
You son of a bitch.
Those lines will build a new future.
Ha!
Those lines will give birth to new conflict. What do you mean? I'm a resident of the world with no boundaries, and I will eliminate the false hero.
Why do these guys fly so well, even on normal? Whatever happened to the lower difficulties having worse AI?
Bandits in gun range. Target hit. Bandits down. Nice shooting.
Fuck's sake.
What are you doing? The war's ended long ago. A world with no boundaries aligns itself with no country. We are humanity's ideal army. It's time for a perfect world without restrictions or wars.
Ha-ha!
Captain, we can win this. He's going to destroy everything. The demon war is just as good as they say. Radar lock. Bandits in gun range.
Ha! Never fly straight, sorcerer. Oh my god. Holy shit. How many missiles? Oh, that hit me. Both on PC now? Not yet. Not yet. Ragnarok's not on PC until September something, I think. Or if it did like come out a couple days ago and I missed it, in that case, yikes, because why are they not advertising it? No, it would definitely like at least be on the front page of Steam, even if they didn't advertise it. Although maybe they just won't, because they didn't with what's it, Horizon Forbidden West. They didn't advertise that game like at all when it was coming to PC. It was on the front page of Steam when it released, but only for like a day, and I think that game bombed on PC sales. September 19th, okay. I think Forbidden West sold like ass on PC. At least I heard that. And I'd believe it.
All enemy planes are down. There has been no change.
They shadow dropped Forbidden West? Yeah, it was just, I don't know why. Grant, I feel like, I don't know, the Horizon games kind of confuse me. Because I feel like they don't really have much pull behind them. Like, I feel like most people don't really care. But then you see the sales numbers, and apparently people love it. And, like, the review scores are always really high. But I feel like I never hear anyone talk about those games. I heard people talking about the first one when that came out, but then, like, after like a year, I pretty much never heard about it again. Okay, hold on. On hard mode? We don't have a lot. I forgot about the routes. Oh, but I did the aces on ace mode. Oh, Christ. Oh, actually, ace mode is looking pretty all right. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, oop, I went all the way back. Was Sony perfecting the wrong formula? They are the best Ubisoft games, but I don't want them. I thought the new Zelda games were the best Ubisoft games. I kind of joke, but not really. Oh my god, I have so much money. I didn't realize I was making so much doing those missions. Wowza. All right, well, there's a new plane and all the special weapons. Drop a quick save for that. And I'm maybe like a mission away from getting the Typhoon. Doesn't have enough map markers to be a Ubisoft game? Maybe. Aside from that, it really is just a Ubisoft game. I will still never forget. Like, I didn't play Breath of the Wild until 2022. I will never forget hearing for like 5 years about how revolutionary Breath of the Wild's open world design was. And like how unique the towers were and all this, right? And then I play the game on stream for the first time and I do the first tower and I go, oh, It's an Assassin's Creed tower, and everyone in chat lost their goddamn minds. I have never seen my live stream chat as pissed off at me as when I said that. Because it really was. I was like, oh yeah, I climbed the tower. When I got to the top, I got like a little area of my map opened up. And chat lost their minds at the compare. Like, I legit, it was so unanimous too. Everyone was so mad. If you had played it when it came, even then, not really. Like, that was kind of what took me back. I was like, this is just, Assassin's Creed did this in 2007. The tower thing specifically. But weirdly, like, post Tears of the Kingdom, I think a lot of people have had a sentiment more similar to mine with both of those games.
Pilots, check your plane and prepare for refueling.
I think Tears basically being like Breath of the Wild Round 2 made a lot of people realize the things they maybe didn't like as much, and they just didn't realize they disliked because they were just kind of, you know, caught up in playing the game like a normal human being. Can't necessarily blame them. No, this was on YouTube. This was on YouTube. This was like my first year on YouTube. I've definitely seen a lot more discussion about how those games kind of... Well, I'm trying to find the right words. I guess just how those games feel very repetitive and bland in a lot of ways. Like, once you're past the honeymoon phase with them, even then, like, because I went in with the classic Zelda expectations, because that's all I had ever played, like, right off the bat with Breath of the Wild, I was kind of like, oh, I mean, all right, this is fine. Because I also remember on day one being like, I've already got all the abilities. What am I even gonna like unlock in the dungeons? Chat goes, dungeons? What dungeons? I'm like, oh, never mind. I'm kind of exaggerating, but I remember just being like, why do I already have everything? I've been playing the game for like 2 hours. This thing feels pretty fun. This thing feels fucking zippy compared to flying the Growler for like the past hour and a half almost. This thing feels really fast. XPR, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Is this one score or time? I could definitely see this mission. No, this one's gotta be score, right? It's gotta be. Time would be way too easy on this mission. It's gotta be score for rank. And I grudgingly admit that as it's French. What do you got against the French, huh? Score. Yeah, as soon as I said it, I was like, no, there's no way this could be timed.
We will carry out the new creation of destruction through the power of righteousness. Territories, peoples, authorities, all will be liberated. This is the new state. A world with no boundaries will create. Nations or nationalities have meaning. We will erase these unnecessary borders.
The targeting can be such a bitch down here.
The world with no
And it really is a big make or break on this mission with how tight the timing is.
The world will change.
That's not good either. That doesn't help. Miss? What the fuck? What do you mean miss? Where are these? Oh, there they are. One of these has to hit. That one hit. All three of them hit. I'll take it. That makes up for the time. French missile missed. Understandable. I need my French missiles to hit, okay? We're S ranking here. We don't have time for misses. Never decide? What if I said you had to decide right now? What would you do? Not decide? That was a real Star Wars turn. I try. I'm going too fast. Scavenged one of them. Or salvaged, not scavenged. Salvaged was the word I wanted.
Warning, the enemy's tracking you on radar.
Okay. Tunnel time.
Radar lock. Missile launched. Our facilities have been damaged. I'm detaching a module section.
Oh, you bitch.
Minutes to V2 launch.
I was like, oh, huge points right here. No.
Our facilities have suffered additional damage.
Dude just broke the laws of physics to pull that turn. That was some Belkan witchcraft right there, if I've ever seen it.
Warning, the enemy's locked onto you. Radar lock. Sam destroyed.
He thinks he's gonna get away, too. I don't think so.
Launch.
One of those. He can't get away. Oh my god. Haha! All four of them! Get fucked. We close it out. Isn't it like 11? Is it only 11? Well, I think we could call this a success then.
Initiating launch sequence. There's no time. Operated manually. Sequences 3, 4, and 5.
God, with the way I fly, I probably just gave someone a heart attack coming in that fast.
V2 control facilities have been.
Someone in chat did not trust me enough for that. It was a little wobbly too, admittedly. It was not my best, not my smoothest.
Cipher, PJ, stand by. Now the follow me over.
And I'm outside. Oh, 18K. So it is pretty tight. You do have to hit like everything there. I took out literally everything. Dang it.
So, have you found a reason to fight yet? Buddy.
It's time. We're still talking about growlers. I brought up the growler again. The French think they ate better than the British, and they are wrong. That's about it. What do you mean ate? Are we talking like new school slang ate, or do you mean like literally food-wise? Because if we're talking food-wise, they were right. I would certainly eat French food over British cuisine. Oh, R? Did that say R? It says 8. It does say 8. Goober. It does say it. And you know what? I think they do eat better. Aside from the snails. The snails, I don't know what's up with that one. I'm not so sure about that one. I am invincible, Pixie. I don't know how many times we have to have this conversation. You don't seem to learn. I have the plot armor. And the nanomachines. Nanomachines, son. British cuisine is not tikka masala. You can't look, you can go and claim everyone's spices, but you can't claim their cuisines, okay? It doesn't work like this. Oh fuck. Wait, that only does 18%? What? What is normal mode? Fuck, I'm gonna fly through all of those. This one's gotta be time-based, right? Yorkshire pudding? Oh, that's a good argument. What is Toad in the hole? Toad in the hole? What the fuck is that? Is that a sausage? Sausages in Yorkshire pudding batter. Okay, that looks pretty good. It also looks like it's gonna like put me into a coma, but it does look pretty good. Come on, Pixie. Look at me. Turn to me. I'll take it if it counts. Pixie, can you look at me?
V2 re-entry in 5 minutes.
It's not playing very nice.
Try again from head on.
What the fuck is he doing? Now he's looking at me, bastard. It's like he knows. Fuck. I tried. Why are you flying upwards? What are you doing? You know we're on a speedrun timer here, Pixie? I need you to work with me a bit.
Down who's number 1. V2 re-entry in 4 minutes.
Those miss? What? That one also missed? What the fuck is happening? There we go. That's something.
Fire away, coward.
Is that 6 minutes? How long do you get on this mission? They bounced off of him? What? What? They can do that? They can just bounce off of him from the front? Because of his ECM. That's crazy.
Accomplished, Cipher.
How many times have I fought this guy and I didn't know that they could bounce off of him?
Let's go back home. We want to keep anyone waiting for you.
All right, Jess, we'll see you around. I'm still curious about this toad in the hole. Was that fast enough? What the fuck is rump steak? Historically, the dish has also been prepared using other meats such as rump steak and lamb's kidney. What the fuck is... Please, what is rump steak? It's a cut of steak? Rump steak. Like sirloin, but shit. It's shit? Is that what I'm getting? From the top half, it is literally ass meat. It's actually ass meat. Like, just legitimately. I'm looking at, like, all the cuts of the cow. It's literally ass meat. It's from the top half of the round, which is their ass. Yeah, I figured it was, I just, you know, I didn't think it was actually gonna be their ass. Also, where are the alerts? Hell, are they broken again? Oh, yeah. I just had to say it. That's all. Wait for it. Charlie?
Another PS2 series I sunk time in is Warship Gunner.
Warship Gunner. Naval Ops Warship Gunner. Thank you, Marco, for the 2. Hold on now. I'm back down obscure PS2 game rabbit holes. Okay, this is a let's play, not a long... Like, it's just a random mission. Oh, no. No, I before I muted it, I caught that. I want some audio. Okay, here's a different random 10 minutes of gameplay. Is this one gonna have someone yapping? No. Okay, here we go. Holy shit, it's kind of loud. I had to turn it down a lot. This is being played on an actual PS2. It's actually a Warship game. I don't know what I expected based on the name. I kind of just randomly thought it was going to be plain game.
Minor damage.
Minor damage.
Enemy ship sunk.
Loads of customization and wacky weapons. This dude's got like a fucking shotgun cannon thing going here. I noticed. Shooting out spreads of cannon shot.
Enemy ship sunk.
I don't know shit about warships, so I'm gonna sound really dumb looking at this. This looks like a good, like, dumb fun game. Literally just like go around, get some warship combat.
We have a hull breach.
No, not a hull breach. The guy narrating it is crazy. I like his voice a lot. Oh. Oh, you get repairs from taking down other ship? Okay. Cold Heart, thank you. Cold Heart Dunter, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Cat statues that fire lasers. Being not signed into YouTube, I don't know why when I opened this. I meant to open it in a new tab, but I guess I misclicked like an incognito tab because I'm not signed in. So I'm also just like, you watch one video on a PS2 and the recommended just goes crazy with a bunch of random PS2 stuff.
Sunk.
It's taken, and Metal Slug, apparently. Hold on, it's Typhoon time. For the second loop of the normal campaign, we can buy a Typhoon. I can't believe that they just straight up call it rump steak.
Preparations to liberate Directus are now complete.
Like it, I just figured it was gonna be like a random. I don't know what do you guys call it? A round. We don't just straight up call it ass steak. It's a cut from the round of the cow. I don't think we would call it round steak, but if you asked like where the cut is from, they would tell you it's from the round, which means the ass. You just have to know what it means. Rump roast? What the fuck is rump roast? This has to be a South thing. This sounds like a South thing. Rump roast. Sure as shit. I've never heard it called this before. This has to be a South thing. There's no way in hell. God, it even just, it looks like a bad cut of steak. Hold on. It looks like a terrible cut of steak. Probably. With a name like rump roast, there's no way. I've never heard of it. Yeah, it's got to be a Southern thing. Like, look at this, chat. It just looks like a bad cut of steak, right? Granted, I'm not even that big on steak. But, like, it just looks like shit. Am I the only one who looks at that and I'm like, I don't want that. Looks nice. I mean, they've clearly put some effort in, right? You've got some nice seasoning and garnish. The UK could never, but looks tasty to me. I don't think it looks very good. That steak looks orange. That's what I got. Let people have their cheap steak. I don't like any steak. Well, I don't dislike it. I'll eat it. Like, if I'm put in a situation where someone is like, here, have it. I'll take it to be polite. I'll eat it. I'll never buy a steak. I don't like steak that much. It's the most like meh meat for me. It's okay. It's fine. But it's really expensive. And I don't know why. And it's just, I would rather have a burger than a steak. I enjoy the burger like 10 times as much.
Listen up.
I'm just being real here. I'll keep it a buck. I like a burger way more. And it's like a quarter of the price. If you go anywhere nice and you look at like the burger versus the steak. Like I've been to like legit fancy steakhouses, right? You look at the menu and the burger will be like 15, 20-ish bucks. Granted, this was years ago. I guess now 15, 20 is pretty normal. But it used to be, you know, it would be like burgers like 15, 20 bucks, which is more than I want to pay. But the steak is like 60. And I know I'm going to like the burger more anyway. What kind of paint jobs? Ooh, I actually really like that one. I've had a burger that cost 50 bucks. Hear me out. No burger should cost 50 bucks. There's nothing you can do to that thing to make it worth $50, in my opinion. You know something I am a bit of a snob about? Burgers, because I'm American. If there's one thing I know my goddamn cheeseburgers. All right? I know them. No cheeseburger, hamburger, whatever it was, should cost 50. It was in New York. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Immediately, it's all coming together now. It's all coming together now. I want a cheap-ass, greasy burger with just cheese, onions, pickles. That's a good-ass burger. You don't need to get a fan... Your burger should just be a burger. They work. They're delicious. They're like the greatest culinary discovery of our generation. I don't know if our generation discovered them. I don't think we did. They're still the best of our generation. That's the best food available on this planet right now. Is a good, greasy cheeseburger. We all know it. We all know it. You can try to deny it, but it's true. You ever heard of the $100 hamburger? I don't want to know. What are they doing to make it $100? There's no way that you can justify that. They're a limited edition 100 quid Coke. Why? Burger King? No. In London? It's wrong. It's antithetical to the brilliance of the cheeseburger. It's wrong. And it's also why you should not use... Like, that is some actual, like, very high quality beef. You shouldn't just throw that on a burger, because everything else is gonna kind of... How should I... I'm trying to think of how to word it. Everything else is gonna, like, overpower how good that beef actually is. You won't be able to appreciate it, right? Should never be put on a burger like that. That's wrong. Just another reason to not like Burger King. Sorry, Burger King, but not really. Eat a burger at a diner there and then fly back. Common aviation community thing. Wait. So it's a $100 burger, not because it actually is $100. But because you just fly to somewhere else to get a burger. See, now that's kind of funny though. As long as the burger isn't actually $100. The best burger, like around where I am, there's this local place. It's a bar. It's a bar like a couple towns over. They will do burgers. You'll get a burger, like a good greasy bar food burger, and like a basket of chips. They have their own fryer where they just do chips. They don't like actual, not shitty British chips. They don't do fries at this bar. They only do chips. That's their thing. They make chips like their own. They shave the potatoes right there. They make potato chips. Fry them right there. You go, you get this burger, you get chips, and it's like $9.50 together. Like $9.50. Beautiful. Perfect. Legitimately, it's cheaper to go there and get like an awesome burger and home fried potato chips than it is to go to McDonald's and get like a meal. It's so good. That's where me and my friends go a lot. We go to that bar. We go to that bar all the time. Just because the deal is amazing. Like in 2024, $9 for a whole burger meal? I just drink water. I'm a freak like that, so I don't even need like a drink or even like a soda. I legit go there and just spend like $10 on the meal plus tax and tip, and like that's it. 11 bucks.
Thanks to you, Belkan
And I really don't even need to tip the bartender because I don't get drinks, but I do because I feel bad. Because he's always putting in the effort. He's always doing his best, even with me, even though I'm not drinking. I always throw him a small tip. Best I ever had was in Poland. I kind of see that. 1 cent, not... Bro, you're... Never tip 1 cent. If you're gonna tip 1 cent, just don't tip. It's better to just not tip at that point. I would be less offended by getting no tip than I would be by getting 1 cent. I'm gonna try to make it work. You guys know, me and the air to ground specials, we never really get along, and this one is not one of the best ones. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. The one air to ground special that I really get along well with is that Ace Combat 6 RCL. That thing is magical. Love that. I will never turn down RCL in Ace Combat 6. Sods are good. They're okay. They're okay. With a bad name? Called Moo Moo Steak. That is a bad name. I was like, what do you mean bad name? And then you said that, and I'm like, okay. Fair enough. Moo Moo Steak is... Yeah, that's not a good name. I'm gonna have to agree on that one. That's a great name. Yeah, maybe if it's like a location in a Mario game. It's not worth it for 2 targets. Up there with oink oink pork chops. They have like 16 of them. Yeah, we wait for the big juicy ones like this though. We make it work. My sod just hit it. I think it did. Make sure you visit Moo Moo Steak. I don't know, man. I don't know. Me and steakhouses, we typically don't get along all that well. Because I always go to a steakhouse, like if I'm invited out to it or whatever, right? And then I get there and I'm like, man, this shit's so expensive. And like the one thing that they're actually really good at that justifies all these prices is like the one thing that I just don't want. I never enjoy myself at a steakhouse. I always get a meal that's fine, but just mid and crazy overpriced because everything else is just scaled up to match the steak prices and such. I hate steakhouses. I don't like them. Because like I was talking about the burger thing. I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna spend like 20 bucks on a burger that's not even that good. It's gonna be the most mid-ass burger I've had in my life. It happens like every single time. This is just always the steakhouse experience for me. See now that's a big juicy set of targets down there. There we go. Maybe sods are good. Actually getting a decent steak dinner without paying a fortune. Yeah, they're so expensive, man. It's just... Like I said, like the steaks are always good, but then like the rest of their food is just kind of mid. Because, you know, you go there and you get a steak. You don't get anything else. Maybe like, maybe like mashed potatoes. I feel like they normally have great like mashed potatoes or something on the side. But yeah, like you get anything other than a steak and it's just gonna be overpriced mid food. Because, you know, you go there for the steak. Why would you not get the steak unless you're like me? How did that one back there not even kill the one I locked onto? Bro, okay. Lock on sometimes. Mac and cheese can be pretty good. It can be. I noticed more so down in the south that steakhouses would have good mac and cheese. It's not such a thing up here. But definitely down south. Yeah, probably. Oh god, give me that tank again. Oh my, there we go. Oh shit. Well, that wasn't an S rank. There were still so many targets. Fuck.
Well done, Galm Team. Looks like luck was on your side again today, Solo Wing.
I don't know about that. The fried pickles at Texas Roadhouse. I've actually only ever been to one Texas Roadhouse. I don't know if we really have them up here. We might. I don't know where any of them would be around here. Hold on, do we have them up here? Texas Roadhouse. Oh yeah, we've got some up here. Oh, that's... What? There's one like literally on a road that I drive on all the time, but it's like just tucked back off the main road. Oh, that was an S rank. So like it's right there. I've driven by that all the fucking time and just never known that it's actually there. Great. There are actually a bunch of Texas Roadhouses
Head
here.
Operations has issued an emergency order
I just
for
never
reconnaissance
really thought we had
conducted
them.
near the border.
Which is weird, because there are a lot of them.
B7R, currently under Belkan control. Strong opposition is expected by enemy squadrons, and the presence of a magnetic field has been detected, which may interfere with communications. In short, this will not be a walk in the park.
It probably will be, actually.
Of an area rich in subject
Oh no, this is... Okay, maybe not.
many
Maybe
conflicts
not.
have been fought in the past.
We are on normal, though,
To engage
so
enemy
probably.
flanks upon contact. The time has come for your skills to be tested.
I feel like we're flying through Zero's S ranks, since, like, almost all of them are just score-based. I do remember, though, like, Zero... If you play like I do, where you kind of go around and shoot everything... Oh no, why? Hold on. Yeah. You kind of just get S ranks in this game. Like the ace difficulty sheet where we had to play like most of the missions when we were actually collecting all the aces and stuff. That sheet is like more than half of the S ranks are done already.
Airspace,
Just from me playing, not even thinking about rank.
round table. It was the grand stage where we
Of course, this will be a walk in the park. Yeah, I'm
We were all
the
on
demon
equal
lord
fighting under the
of
same
the round
conditions.
table.
No
Of course,
affiliations or ranks
this will be
to
a walk in the
yours.
park.
Aces from every nation crisscrossed through those skies in pursuit of air superiority. The only rule of engagement
Where's Thomas
was
Foolery?
to survive.
I hope he comes back before the end of stream. Gives me his, what's it?
Galm Team, this is
Black Ops 6 beta. Wait,
Get a feel for the surroundings.
Tom pre-ordered Black Ops 6. I didn't even, like, think about that when he said it earlier. Am I infecting people? Is my COD shilling infecting people?
Enemies on radar. Exercise caution.
Tom, that shocks me that he pre-ordered the game like this early on in the hype cycle. Normally the pre-orders for the COD games really pick up after the betas, like after the open beta, right? They get you to play multiplayer for 1 weekend for free, and you're like, oh yeah, that was pretty fun for like the 4 hours I played it. They get your money, they get you in at launch, and you play it for like a week and then you're done. That's how they get ya. I'm shocked that Tom actually pre-ordered this early. At this point, like last year, Tom would not have even been considering MW3. Banjo-Kazooie got fully decompiled? Really? Who did it? I mean, N64 decomps are... I mean, you've seen like that one tool that the guy made, right? Like N64 decomps are gonna probably be popping up pretty rapid fire over the next couple years.
This is Ground 2. There's 2 of them. Well then, let's have some fun.
Because that tool is pretty incredible. Alright, ace time. How many of them can we pick off with XLA? Now we wait for whoever to be like, it's XLAA, please. Please say it right. Alright, that's gonna be fucking none of them. Doesn't say who decompiled it. Figure it out. We need to know. It definitely wasn't like Harbor Masters or anything. But I'm wondering, like, maybe it's the guys who did Super Mario, or maybe it's the guy who made that badass decomp tool. Oh, that's right. Aces always take 2 special weapons hits. I forget that that's a thing. That's a dead one. While Nintendo shits bricks over people doing things with titles they do nothing with. Hey, decomps are perfectly, perfectly legal. As long as they don't facilitate piracy. Looking at you, Yuzu. I'm sorry, did you just shoot a flare? Yuzu wasn't a decomp project, but you know what I mean. As long as they don't do like the shit that Yuzu was doing, then they're fine.
All Belkan reinforcements confirmed down. Mission complete. Return to base.
The only Nintendo takedowns that are like genuinely infuriating. Well, I guess, okay, there was the whole, like them issuing copyright strikes on YouTube for people playing like modded Breath of the Wild. That was infuriating. But for like actual, like, I guess the main thing that I think of is just them cease and desisting like community events, like Smash tournaments and stuff. That I will never understand.
Thanks to your success, we managed to confuse Belkan. You've caught the attention of head operations.
They can on 5 as well? Why do I feel like I've never seen that in 5? That was an easy S rank. He said it wouldn't be a walk in the park? Pfft. What did I tell him? What did I tell him? We all knew. I'm the Demon Lord, baby.
NCO and Ocean coalition forces are to launch
I don't know why I went into I'm the Joker, baby.
strategic military
Dude, I knew a guy in high school. Oh my god, he looked exactly. You guys know the I'm the Joker, baby video? I knew a guy in high school who looked exactly like that kid. And I would say that to him all the time. He fucking hated it, but I couldn't help myself. This was like freshman, sophomore year of high school. He looked just like that guy. Yes, of the round table. Demon Lord. Could you imagine if he sounded like that? I'm the Demon Lord, baby!
Operation. Eliminate the threat north of the canal.
Rosgree's Typhoon time.
Signal. I've been waiting a long time for this day.
Typhoon's pretty sweet.
This is a significant
It's pretty fucking good.
want to take back Lucio. Failure
Nearly identical, not literally identical, but nearly identical to super plane stats in Zero for some reason.
secure route of passage for the Allied fleet. That's the gate to freedom. If we can get through, we can turn
I think the main guy is literally just Banjo Decomp. It's like a new group. I mean, hell, why not? I just wouldn't have expected it to be like a totally new group at this point. Because there are just so many people doing like impressive N64 decomps nowadays. Has a very clean cockpit view too.
radar lock. Enemy fleet advancing north towards the canal. Warning, the enemy's locked onto you. Break missile. Locked on.
GitHub pages confuse me. Yeah, if you're not used to using GitHub, I can see that.
Don't panic. We're still
I used to hate GitHub before I learned how to actually like navigate it.
watch out. The enemy's tracking you on radar. Enemy frigate sunk.
Imagine Sod's here. Yeah, I kind of just didn't think about taking them, and I feel a little dumb. It's fine. Who needs them anyway?
Don't get strung out chasing the enemy.
I still hate it. It's fine once you know how to get around it. It's just, it's not a good looking site. It's very function over form. I think GitHub's like UI is awful. But once you know how to navigate it, it's not the worst. A lot of dev stuff like that is very function over form still. Dude, you want to talk about function over form, like software? Oh my god. I think the single piece of software that I hated the most when I was doing game design and dev stuff was Perforce. Oh my lord, Perforce. Pray to God you never have to use Perforce. I mean, functionally, it's great, but learning how to use it and navigate, oh. I did not like Perforce. Took me months to really get used to using it like every day. And then like when you've got people on the team who don't know how to use Perforce, it's awful. Perforce is version control software. So if you're not familiar, it's like in game dev, for everyone to be working on the same project simultaneously, you have to have like a depot stored somewhere like in the cloud pretty much, where all the game files are, like the whole game directory is stored. And to prevent like having all these different revisions of the games floating around on everyone's computers, you use version control so that you check out like specifically the files that you're messing with at any given time. And in actual like game dev, like if you're working with people who know what they're doing, you have to get approval from whoever's like your producer. You have to get approval to be doing what you're doing every week. Some of the producer's job is making sure that no one's work is going to be overlapping on the version control software and all that. So you have to like check out the files to be able to write on them. Otherwise, they're just going to be read-only when you download like the update. And you have to be super coordinated. Well, again, mostly the producer will handle this. You have to be super on top of like making sure that you're not going to have multiple people working with the same files at one time, because then you are going to cause a bunch of revisions to exist at one time. And everyone's going to have a slightly different version that they're working on. So any of the work that they're doing might become redundant when they go to put it back because the old revision might no longer exist. It's a shit show. It's a fucking shit show. If you have anyone who doesn't know what they're doing, it's a shit show. So it goes to shit really fast. And the UI is awful. Like no one is a natural at navigating Perforce. It takes time to get used to it. I have a, what's it? A fucking, it's funny that this is even a thing that exists, but I have like a certification for Perforce for my resume. That's literally just like, if I ever apply for a game dev job, I can have it on there that it's like, yes, we can, or I've gotten certified in my ability to use version control software so that they don't have to worry about that when hiring me. They don't have to take the risk of me fucking shit up. Version control is a pain in the ass. Way less of a pain in the ass than not using it, but a pain in the ass. Oh, and the reason it's called version control is because it stores all those revisions, so if you ever need to like undo everything, or sorry, undo like a massive change, like on the depot, that functionality is there to just undo changes, revert the files back to what they were before. Stuff like that. It's Perforce is crazy. There's a lot of version control. Perforce is kind of the industry standard currently though, or at least as close as it gets to it. I think most companies are still using Perforce. It's the worst though, for the record.
Operation Roundhammer was
And when I was working, I was in charge of managing the Jira and the Perforce for the team, which was great. On top of the dev work, I was also managing that stuff, which was so fun. Because it's really fun to be on the dev team, but be responsible for telling the other devs what they can and can't work on throughout the week. It always goes well, trust me. Every time. No arguments ever were had about that. Ever.
The town of Solus Ortis is located just outside Ustio's capital, Directus.
Directus.
The Allied forces will deploy airborne troops, comprised primarily of Osia's 101st Airborne Division, over Solus Ortis, in a surprise air and ground attack on the Belkan forces. This operation will play a critical role in Ustio's liberation. Your mission is to provide
What mission is
support to
this?
the airborne troops. Destroy Belka's surface-to-air defense network and all interceptor aircraft, securing a safe drop zone for the airborne troops. Be aware of civilians still inside Solus Ortis.
Solus
Your
Ortis.
actions will determine their fate. Good luck.
Why can I not think of what this is? How many times have I played through all of these missions doing 100% already? Why do I not remember Solus Ortis? Normally during the briefing, I'm like, oh yeah, this one. This one I'm actually drawing a blank. Oh, this one. Okay, I know where we are. I do know this one. And I should have brought sods.
First, attack any anti-air troops positioned at our parachute unit's drop destination. Get your asses in gear, people! You gotta jump or you're of no value to this unit! Anyone showing weakness will be left behind! Use that anger to get fired up and take them out! Understood? Go get them!
There's another one out here. Hold on.
Go, go, go!
We're the best. I'm the best. Demon Lord of the Round Table. Thank you. I really should have brought the sods. We boosh. Lot of boosh. Typhoon is slick. I didn't look at what plane comes after this going down the list. But we're really getting to that point where all of them are going to be pretty damn good on like the last page. The Growler was a weird exception where it was like, yeah, it's fine. It's not great, but it's not bad by any means. Since the Growler, it's been one banger after another, and I think it's just going to continue like that. I think everything's just going to be like genuinely good. I know there's a couple SUs on this last page. Obviously, there's like the Wyvern and the, what's it called? Falcon. Banging I said Growler once. Oh, bangers. I was like, where did I say banging? I said bangers. Fair enough. Oh, I almost hit the ground. There's the lock on. Well, at least I have air to air. It'll go somewhere. What? It's not that crazy, chat. Why are you acting so surprised? It's not that crazy. Oh my god, did I talk about... I think I did, actually. Never mind. I was gonna say, did I ever talk about on stream how they just randomly at the Nintendo Direct like dropped the release date for that new Marvel vs. Capcom collection? and it's in like less than 2 weeks. I think it's like 12 days from now. I think it's on the 11th, September 11th. They've been talking about this collection for like a couple months or so now, since they first revealed it. But with no real release date, they were just like, yeah, at some point this year it's coming out. And then randomly at the Nintendo Direct of all things, they were just like, oh yeah, by the way, first of all, we're doing a second fighting game collection of like a ton of classic Capcom fighters. That'll come out like next year. But by the way, that MVC collection is coming out on the 11th, just so you know. And I was like, what? That was the highlight. That was like the one really good thing at the Direct for me. Well, I guess the two good things. It was the new like second Capcom fighting game collection, and also the random reveal of the MVC collection only being like 2 weeks away.
You'll never find a group of soldiers with more pride than them. Right on lock.
It's funny, like I'm basically buying the MVC collection just for 2. Like I know that's the one that I'm gonna end up playing a lot of, but the fact that there's like 5 other Marvel fighters on there, because a lot of them are Marvel. I think, what, 2 of them are just straight up, like, there's the X-Men one, and then there's, like, a Marvel one, and neither of those even, like, have any Capcom characters in them. Like, that was before they started doing the crossovers. And then there's, like, X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel Heroes versus Street Fighter, and then they straight up started doing, like, Marvel versus Capcom, where you can have, like, Jill Valentine and Captain America and Mega Man versus Ken Masters and Iron Man and Spider-Man. That game is fucking crazy. MVC 2 is a blast.
You are clear to land. Turn right.
Pizza Tower and Yakuza on Switch is a big W for a lot of people. Yeah. I'm like the one guy who, I get it if like Switch is your thing, like you just primarily play on Switch. That's cool. But Switch ports never excite me, which is probably why I'm such a hater of Nintendo Directs. Because really, I'm like, dude, like all these ports of existing games to the Switch, like I've played these games already. If I'm interested in them, I've probably already played them. And like I've played a version of them that's going to be better than the Switch version. Nintendo Directs are normally super boring for me. But them randomly dropping the new Capcom collection, mostly for Power Stone. I can't believe we're gonna get Power Stone 1 and 2 with like full actual like modern online functionality and training modes and everything. It is so wild. I never would have thought that they were gonna do something like that. There were a bunch of games in that collection, but I'm like Power Stone is the standout, where it's just like, what? I can't believe it. Capcom is back to being the GOAT. That's all I'm saying. We're probably going to get something Resident Evil announced by the end of the year, from what it sounds like. Well, I guess they technically did announce Resident Evil 9 this year, but it was just such a weird announcement. Where literally during, what was it? Was it Summer Games Fest that they did that? Where they just had the director of 7 and Village, like, on camera for 30 seconds or so, and all he said was, like, just so everyone knows, we are working on the next numbered Resident Evil game. It's gonna take some time before we're ready to show it to you, but we're working on it. And that was it. Like, that was the statement. It was just so weird that they felt the need to announce it without actually, like, even revealing the title or anything. Like, he just referred to it as the next mainline Resident Evil. That's all he said. He's like, yeah, we're working on it. We'll show you something sometime soon. Definitely. Maybe. Did that already come out? I think they did. I think 7 and 8 on phone did just come out. Those ports, like all the... What's it? Like modern games of the last few years, like home console games getting ported to like iPhone and iPad are pretty insane. Because I just never think of like my phone as being that powerful. Because I have a fairly new phone. It's not like super new. It's like a couple years old at this point. But I just never think of my phone as being powerful enough to run things like Resident Evil 7, right? Which, like, it is. I know on paper that it is. It's just seeing stuff like that coming out on iPhone is crazy to me. It's always just like, oh yeah, like my phone is actually that powerful.
Locked on. Box 2.
Which is kind of crazy because my phone just, I don't even have a single game installed on my phone. It literally, my phone sits in my pocket until someone like texts or calls me, or like I'm watching YouTube in bed before I go to sleep or whatever. Like, I really don't use my phone for much of anything. I only charge my phone like once every 3 days or so. Which, that is like, that should tell you how much use my phone gets. Like, I know so many people charge their phone like overnight, every night sort of thing. I don't even need to charge it that often. I legitimately do not use my phone for anything. No one can notice because the pixel density. That's the thing. On like iPhone, 720p looks great. It's more than enough. I might sit there and be like, this looks like shit, because I'm such a fidelity snob. I don't know why I've become such a fidelity snob, but I really have. But like for the vast majority of people, 720 on smartphone, that's more than you would need. That looks perfectly fine. And I'm sure they're doing that for the like, I'm sure that the games aren't running at like 1440p 60 on iPhone, obviously. But it's still crazy just that they can even get it optimized and running smoothly on iPhone. I just never think of the iPhone as being strong like that. Although I guess gaming, like home console gaming on iPhone has kind of blown up a lot lately through emulation and stuff too, right? That's been the big issue for all the ROM sites recently that everyone uses to pirate games for emulation. It was really funny. I saw like I saw some Twitter posts about like the emulation Reddit page having like a small civil war for a little bit when that was going down at first. Because people on like the emulation Reddit were freaking out about how everything was getting taken off of Zims by like copyright strikes, or Zims. Yes, Invader Zims. No, sorry, Vims. That was like the most popular ROM site for a while. And apparently the emulation subreddit had a bunch of people freaking out about how like everything was getting taken off of it because iPhone users were bringing so much publicity to ROM sites all of a sudden. Obviously the emulation Reddit is like, hey, emulation is cool, piracy is not. Please don't use this as a place to talk about piracy. So all of those posts were getting like taken down by moderators, and people were freaking the fuck out, getting mad at the moderators for it. Apparently there was a small meltdown on the emulation subreddit, and I just got to sit there and laugh at it from Twitter, me being the Twitter user. And the guy who has to source games physically anyway. So Vim's getting everything taken down doesn't like bother me. It doesn't affect what I do at all. I was just like, oh, that's I guess, unfortunate question mark? I don't, like, is it? How many targets? Okay, these are like legit the last 2 targets. We gotta go hit the yellow. You know we gotta do it. Hit it. Still has a ton though, does it?
This is Eagle Eye. It looks like all
Literally the only way to get some of these old games anymore. It is true, for some games that have become like abandonware, it is the only way. But even then, you don't need to like pirate off of a ROM site. Like there are legit archives out there for abandonware. Like someone commented and they were on the Metal Gear Solid mobile video. They were like, how did you even find this game? I'm looking on like all the ROM sites. I can't find it. I'm like, I just went to the abandonware archive. It's right there. I don't know. Vim specifically is unfortunate because not many ROM sites are that non-sketchy, I guess. I can see that. Fight very hard against archives too. They never win.
They're faster than anything we've come across. Commence intercept.
Oh god. The Nintendo is really just such a pain. Oh, hello! That was fast. Nintendo is really a pain with stuff like that. Like they'll have the stuff that they've abandoned for decades and they don't have like any near future plans for it, but they find out that there's like an archive of it somewhere and they freak out and they try to take it down. And it's when they do win in quotes, it's normally just if one of those archives like backs off immediately because they don't want to deal with it. Any like actual case that Nintendo goes through with stuff like that, I don't think that they've won any of them. I could be wrong. I could just be unaware. There's one plane you could choose for a full run. What would it be? It would be the Falcon. Laser go burr. I would happily pay money for official emulation. Well, they do. $50 a year. Come on. $50 a year subscription service. Come on. Come on.
The tide of war.
I hate Nintendo's subscription service for that. It's the worst. Like, if Nintendo did what they did with, like, the Wii shop, like, the digital shop way back, I don't want to rent it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wish they would just sell them for, what's it? Like $5-10 a piece. Just sell the game. Like, to own. Don't... The yearly subscription thing is so dumb. Like, I would probably use the Switch's built-in emulator for old Nintendo stuff a lot more instead of like going out and getting a legit copy and everything, which can be a pain in the ass for old Nintendo stuff. Granted, I haven't done much with Nintendo stuff in like the last year, so I've lucked out. And when I have, it was like Ocarina of Time, which I already had, of course. But yeah, I would legit, like, if Nintendo was just like, hey, for $5, $10 even, you can just have Majora's Mask on Switch. It's emulated, but like, it's only $10. I would give them $10. That's not what they're doing though. They used to do it like that. They don't do it like that anymore. It's a pain in the ass.
The Hydrian Line, Belka's long line of defense, stretches 700 kilometers from Osia's southern border.
I forget that the burst missile on the Morgan is supposed to be insane. Everyone keeps saying that.
The ruins of Gladysant have been transformed into a modern base with anti-aircraft artillery and a powerful defense system. The Galm Team's mission is to launch an aerial...
The Falcon is still probably a great pick. They didn't nerf the laser, did they?
In all probability, this will be an extended operation. You will be able to refuel during...
I miss the Wii shop. Because I would just, like, you know, $5, $10 for these little, like, classic titles.
Good luck.
It was great. It was great. I don't know what the fuck happened. Laser is still just as busted. Yeah, then that's still a great pick. Okay, hold on. Speaking of, I think we can probably buy a new plane. Maybe not. We'll see. I can at least buy a new special weapon. I know that. Yeah, we can't get the new plane. We're close, though. 1 or 2 more missions for... Oh, for the strike flanker. And then after that, yeah, YF-23, F-15S, Burkett, Su-37, F-22, the Wyvern, the Morgan, the Falcon. Yeah. Yeah, it's all bangers from this point on. It is all bangers from this point on. Hello. That was a weird little hang. Oops, not Ace. It's not time for Ace yet. Whoa. Slow down 1 medal at a time there, bucko. Ace doesn't have a medal, but it does have a reward. So we have to do it. F-15S is the GOAT. The GOAT? No, it can't be. Can't be the GOAT. I don't believe it. Assad is probably a better air to ground. Prefer mid-tier. But the Burkett is so cool. So is the F-22 and the YF-23. Assad is better. Yeah, I would think so. Just the lock-on, like the convenience with the lock-on, it goes a long way. Burkett's very cool. I like me a good Burkett. Love me some XFA-27. What is the next game that has the XFA-27? It's probably going to be a handheld, I would think. I don't know why I feel that way, but I feel like it will be. Let's see. Yep, X. X has it.
Fire away at Gladyston. Your job this time is to take out their defense mechanism. A return line is located on the south side of
Does
the
7 have it?
airspace. All planes can pass over this line whenever they need to resupply.
7 has the XFA? Oh, for fuck.
Locked on. Missed.
Oh, as DLC, that's why I didn't know.
Missile launch.
Fuck 7's DLC practice, by the way. Like, the missions... sure. People say they're great. I haven't played them yet. I just don't like, on paper, selling individual missions, personally. But especially the planes. I hate the fucking model that they used for the planes. Like, they're not even that expensive. I just hate how many planes they sold as DLC. Like, even if the DLC content's good, it's like my thing with Nintendo, right? Nintendo makes great games, but God, I hate the way they run their business. Like, even if the content of the DLCs are good, which I'm sure they are, just from the amount of people who say they are, I don't like the way that they price everything. Because, like, it's all individually really cheap, but it's all, like, such tiny slivers of content that are separated out. I don't think the missions are very cheap, although I don't remember exactly. I think, like, not on sale. How much were the missions not on sale? I feel like I remember them being 10 bucks a piece, but maybe they were 5 and I'm misremembering. Ow. Because just, like, I feel like I do remember them being 10 bucks a piece, but when I say 10 bucks a piece, it sounds crazy to me that they would be that much. Had to have the XFA 27. Call me a cheap bastard, but I don't want to buy all the DLC. Like, it all looks great. I would love to have some of the planes that are in there. But man, I don't want to pay for all that. Oh, fuck. You get most planes and the missions in a single season pass. Was there a season pass? I don't remember there being a season pass. I should just pull up the Steam page, to be honest, and just look at it, since I don't remember exactly. I should just look at it. I think there's a single thing you can buy with most of it. Is there? I don't remember seeing that. I could have just missed it in the fucking mountain of DLC listings on the Steam page, because holy fuck. It's crazy how much there is. Like I said, because everything is separated out. Season pass is okay value. Okay value, you say. If it were to go on sale, like if it, I would have to look at what it is. But I'm assuming that if there is like a season pass that has most of it, and that were to go on sale for like half off, then I might bite on it. I might like have it, or I might have Steam notify me if there's a sale on it. If that's the case, like the price at half off being good for all of it. Because I still haven't bought any DLC for 7. I haven't done that yet, because we're still not going to be playing 7 for a while. I do think they're going to reveal the next game at TGS, which is not that far away. And if Bamco were on their shit, they would probably put AC7 and all of the DLC on sale along with such an announcement. So there's actually a good chance that that shit goes on sale soon. At least if my assumption that they'll be at TGS is right. Which it could very well not be, but it really feels like it's going to be at TGS. Is on sale right now on the Bamco store. The Bamco store? The fuck? The Bamco store? Is 7 on sale right now? Oh, Gamescom sale. That's odd that 7 is on it. It's probably just like a big company sale, right? It might be EU only. Yeah, what's the fucking Bamco store? Is it just like on their website? They have their own storefront on there? I guess that would make sense. This rampart's worth a lot of points. I'm gonna need a resupply after it though. And since we're on normal, we actually get repaired too, which will be huge. For AC8 and TGS. I'm fairly excited too. I'm really just excited for like whatever review series game, like of the franchises I've done a review series, I'm excited for one of them to have a new release for me to be able to do like a quick victory lap video on. I'm just excited to be able to do that, like whatever it is. Obviously, I think at this point, it's fair to say it's either going to be Ace Combat 8 or MGS Delta. It's going to be one of those two. But whatever review series game comes out with something like brand new first, that's just going to be exciting to like get in right at release and do a review like within a week or so. And the music. Season Pass has the Raven, Falcon, Morgan, and the music player for $25. It has more than that, right?
You're coming in too fast. Slow down.
There we go. Little. Is it just that? Oops. Oops. Twice.
Galm 1, you are cleared for takeoff.
Also has the missions. Okay. Now we're talking a little bit. I was like, 3 planes and a music player? What the fuck are we talking about here? Yeah, so 3 planes, the music player, and 3 DLC missions. The missions are the good part, because I was really about to be like, what? Okay. Oh man, but then everything else is still not on the season pass? Ay, ay, ay. How much? I'm gonna have to go total up how much it would be to buy everything. Because how much did I buy Ace Combat 7 for? I don't remember. I got it on sale a while ago, like early this year, like calendar year. I picked it up sometime around like January-ish, if I remember right. Or maybe, was it the Christmas sale? Was it the, it might have been like December that I picked it up. Because that would make sense for it to be on sale for Christmas rather than right after. Costs like 60 bucks. See, that's the thing. Nothing on Steam costs 60 bucks. It all says it costs 60 bucks. But you're a sucker if you buy it for 60 bucks on Steam. Unless you're buying it right at release. That's always like the one exception that I say. If you're buying something like right as it comes out on PC, then yeah, buy it for full price. In any other situation, wait. Everything else separate? Jesus. I'll tally it up after this mission, because now I need to know. I'll go and see, like, if I wanted to get the season pass and then just all the planes to be able to play around with, how much would it cost me? Seriously, God bless Steam though for having like the thing where you can have Steam like send you an email to notify you when a game you want is on sale. Greatest feature of any digital storefront, swear to God. Because it's like legit any time that I need to buy something like on Steam for the channel, I plan so far in advance that I always just throw it on there, and then inevitably before I ever get to it for like video or stream or whatever, it always goes on sale. And even just for like recreational stuff, like my buddies and I once were like, oh yeah, that Vermintide 2 game looks pretty good. We all, like, I threw it on, and then I got the email that Vermintide was like $1. And I emailed, or not emailed, sorry, I Discord messaged our group chat. I was like, boys, it's time, it's $1. The game's only $1. We all got on that shit so fast. That's a fun ass game, Vermintide 2. Wait for it to go on sale, get it with the boys, I'm telling you. That's a good time. Was I fast enough? I was. I skipped it really fast. I pressed it one time too many. S rank. Okay, hold on. Let's go to Steam. I can type. Okay, we're gonna need this. Oh boy. Bear with me. I know big monitor means everything's small. Steam can't zoom in, unfortunately. So where's the season pass? Here it is. So the season pass, I know what I'm doing. You said this is the 3 super planes and the DLC missions, right? So it's 25. Top Gun Maverick set is $20. 25th anniversary set. See, I'm gonna have to look through all this. Is $12.50. That's another set for $12.50. I'm assuming that all the sets, the $70 of DLC there, I think that covers everything if you buy everything in the sets rather than separately. Let's see. So like the F-16XL and the F-15S, right? Are those in here? Yes, F-16L, F-15S. Yeah. So just getting the sets seemingly will get you everything. Maybe there are some exceptions. Maybe. The original aircraft set. Yeah, okay, it looks like it. So $70. The Phantom 2? Is the Phantom 2 in anything? I guess you could just get like with the Maverick Ultimate Edition. No, that doesn't even have everything, dude. That only has the season pass and the Maverick set. So you would pay $100 and not even get everything. Why is there not just like a $100 version that has absolutely everything? Bamco, huh? Like, how much of a no-brainer is that? They have 2 special editions for Top Gun Maverick. One of them just has the DLC missions and the super planes, and the other doesn't, but they don't have like a big bundle that just has everything, like with the game included. The Phantom, I mean. It looks like the Phantom is like the one exception from what I can see, and it doesn't seem to be in any of the sets. Hold on. Original aircraft? No, because that means like original creations, right? So it obviously wouldn't be there. Yeah, it looks like that one is the exception. The Phantom is standalone. So add in an extra $3 for the Phantom 2. And skins for other planes. I figured it would be skins for the Phantom. For a second, I was like, why are there pictures of other planes on here? Like, why are there only 2 pictures of the Phantom? Okay. It's because there's skins for other, like, random planes. Oh, Yellow 13, Rosgrease, and Pixie skins. I don't know how I didn't notice that was the Pixie skin. So, an additional $3. So, does the DLC all go on sale then? That's kind of the question. I could just like throw I'll throw the season pass on like the notification thing. I'll have it notify me. And we'll just see if it ever goes on sale. That's the plan. That's the plan. We'll see if the season pass ever goes on sale. Because if I could get that, oh man, even at half off, that's like $36 to buy all the DLC, which is certainly better than 73, but wow. Like, assuming I got everything half off, that is still like $35, a little more than 35. Still a lot. I stand by. I don't like that DLC. I don't like the model. Like getting all these fun planes and good missions from what I've heard. Like that's great. But like $75 of DLC if you want to get everything, assuming you don't pick it up on sale, is crazy. The game is $60.
Just look at the view. There's not much difference between those countries from up here.
Belkan's defense line is just up ahead. Avoid enemy fire while snuffing out their military.
That is a lot, but maybe. It's a business expense, right? I can justify $70 of planes and plane skins. It's a business expense, Mr. IRS. I'm telling you. It's for work. I need this for my work. I swear, I can't do my work without the plane skins, sir.
But you guys from the Galm Team won't quit. They gotta treat us to a round of drinks when we get back. Don't know about you guys, but if that mercenary unit does all the work, I'll be pretty embarrassed.
Why would you be embarrassed? I'm the demon lord of the round table. I'm gonna do all the work. What are you talking about?
So that's Ustio's mercenary unit. It's an interesting formation.
Those were terrible shots. What the fuck was that? Those were not shots that live up to the name of the demon lord.
Nice kill. Approaching gun range.
Oh, come on.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Boosh boosh.
On the way. Pop 'em up nice and quick.
I don't know why, but talking about the demon lord just brought back the memory of the guy who commented on my AC0 review, pissed off that I liked the game because he was talking about how demonic it is, like how full of satanic material it is. I was just like, man, I'm just flying planes, and I have a really overly cheesy nickname.
Contact with the enemy base soon.
You aren't the demon lord yet. I am in my heart. Any plans to review Project Wingman? At some point, but not like in the near future.
Take it at 207 has been deployed. Engaging the enemy.
Missile warning.
What? Hold on. I've never heard that chatter. Why? Okay. Someone needs to call Chris Hansen. Someone needs to have a seat.
Radar lock.
Oh God. I might have missed some context there because I was, you know, flying as I do. But what? I once again feel like I should have brought the sods. Oh, okay, never mind. I guess I already used so many air-to-airs, and I did get good use out of them. There's no context to that. Okay. Noted.
Enemy forces eliminated. The threat
Just-
level has been reduced. Galm
Okay.
Team, cover our transport planes until they're able to land.
There they are. It's the Allied transport.
Oh, it's this mission, isn't it? Yeah, okay. It always catches me off guard because there are 3 different ones that this happens on. So I'm never necessarily ready for it.
Something flashed again.
Great. Here we go. Oh, I missed until just now. I missed the message that said, and they don't even have anime girls for the Ace Combat 7 DLC. You're right. You're telling me I gotta pay like 75 bucks for all the DLC and I don't even get any anime girl skins? What the fuck is this shit?
Long-range attacks. Current airspace is within.
They're all mission 8? Yeah, I just mean like because they're all different in terms of gameplay and because I don't have it memorized that the laser segment is on mission 8, I'm always just like playing the mission like normal and then suddenly laser beam time.
Here comes an attack. Watch out.
What the fuck? Thankfully, the first ace went down really easily.
Allied planes are disappearing from radar. Plane 6 is drawn too.
We just take her slow and steady, Pixie.
I'm out of here.
Slow and steady.
Hurry up and establish altitude control. One of us could be next. Payload 10 is not responding.
I should probably be looking at the screen more than chat.
Missile.
I know what happens during the laser segment. I've been here enough times. Season Pass went on sale for 10 bucks. Okay, so the DLC does go on sale. If you've still got that open, do all the DLC packs go on sale, or is it just like the big ones? Even if it's just all the sets, and then, you know, the Phantom is like 3 bucks. So at that point, if I'm getting everything else, the 3 bucks barely makes a difference.
Via radar.
But like, do all the sets go on sale, or is it just kind of like the game? I bet the Maverick set probably goes on sale, right? The Maverick set probably goes on sale. You bitch. I got one more for you. Badass. I also find this part of the mission lame. Because, like, the best way to do it is to just fly at, like, normal speed. At least this is, like, the most consistent way. You can probably go a little faster. But with my tendency to die during this section and have to do the mission over again, I've just learned to not get too heavy on the afterburners. Just, if you take it slow and you don't push it, you'll always get out quicker than if you do. I've learned after many, many deaths to the sky laser, which is also not actually a sky laser, but a laser that comes from the ground, but here it comes from the sky, but we don't talk about that. I think someone said once that there is, like, lore to it.
South immediately.
Like, why it comes from the sky on this mission, but then when you go there, it's actually just coming from, like, the tower and shooting, like, outwards. Went on sale for $5. Okay. Okay, so let me think. 10 bucks, and then there's how many sets? There's 3, no. Yeah, 3 additional sets, right? And then the $3 for the Phantom. Is it 3 or 4 additional sets? It's gotta be 4. It's gotta be 4, right? It would be like $33?
Out of the operation airspace. Stay on course to the south.
Oh wait, the other 3 plane sets, he literally said it.
Galm Team, evacuate to the south immediately.
Why does it sound like there's something? Oh, it's because there's an additional $5 off. Because when I did it like half off, when I was saying like 36 bucks, I was just thinking like literally half off of everything.
You're out of the danger
But no, that's like a little, that's more like 66% off of everything. Aside from, what's it? Aside from the Phantom, assuming that is still just $3. It might go on sale. I don't know. It doesn't make a big difference anyway. That's why. So it would be like $28 at that point.
That was a bad nightmare.
That's
We lost several of our
not terrible for the amount of planes and everything. But that is like, I feel like it has to be on sale for me to want to buy all of that.
We survived.
But knowing that it goes on sale to that point now, I'm like, okay, maybe I will buy all the DLC for when we stream through it. I might want to have it if it's only 28 bucks.
The mission objectives were achieved.
That sounds way more reasonable than spending like $70 on the DLC. At that point, I was like, maybe we just get the 1 season pass and call it a day. Even though there are a lot of cool planes and stuff in the bundles, like that's all we actually need. That's good progress. Even the Phantom DLC, okay, so like 27 bucks. With sales tax, probably more like 29 or 30. That's good. That's good. I can deal with that. That's good progress. That's a lot of S rank. We're going to be on 0 forever. Looking at this chart, we're going to be on 0 for a long time. But that's good progress. A lot of S ranks filled out today. Anyway, it is about that time. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy and you haven't done so already, sorry, hiccup. If you did enjoy and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing Armored Core. What else are we doing? Metal Gear, Resident Evil, Elden Ring DLC, which I still haven't finished. We're close, though. We're really close now. Tekken, maybe. Someday, surely. We just hang out and we play games. So come back for any of it. If you enjoyed and you haven't left a like on the stream, you should leave a like because algorithm stuff. If you're looking for links to anything outside of YouTube to engage with the community, check out links in the description below. Things like Twitter, Discord server, whatever. They're all down there. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream. Thank you again for super chats and stuff. And goodbye.